All right, this station is adding fractions with fraction strips. So this is just a representation of some fraction strips. Nice and colorful. It's not cut out yet, but you are going to have cut out pieces at your station. So quick vocab, fraction strips are just math manipulatives that represent varying fraction amounts on paper. So the problem I want to present to you is 1/4 plus 1/3. And I want to represent this using fraction strips. So before we even try to find a common denominator like we're used to, let's actually represent this with some strips. So we've got a 1/4 and we've got a 1/3. And we're going to put them side by side. So 1/4 plus 1/3 gives us what? So what you want to use is you want to use some of these other sizes to see which of these ones can fit into both 1/3 and into 1/4. So I'm going to kind of do trial and error and see which ones work. So I'm going to start off kind of small. So I'm going to start off with 1/6. So that fits into my 1/3 very nicely. So 2/6 is equivalent to 1/3. Okay. I'm going to try another 1/6. Okay, and then look, I can already tell that that's not going to fit over there, but what I can do is I can just, put one more 1/6 over there, see if it fits. If it doesn't, then I know that I need to try a different size. So there's my 1/6, and that's too big. So 1/6 is not a fraction strip that can fit into both 1/4 and 1/3. So let's take those away. Now let's try a different size. Let's try 1/8. So I'm going to start over here. And it looks like 1/8 fits very nicely underneath 1/4. Another 1/8. Okay, so I know 1/8 and 1/8. So 2/8 makes 1/4. I'm going to try again over here underneath the 1/3. Looks like it's fitting pretty nicely. I might have my winner chicken dinner. And then, oh man, so it's off by a little bit. And you can't just say it's about 5/8 because it's not, because it has to line up perfectly. So we know it's not in the eighths. So now I'm going to look again at my fraction strip choices. And I'm going to go ahead and look, I'm going to try the bottom one, 1/12. So let's see if that works. So let me start from the left and work my way over. So 1/12, 1/12, 1/12, 1/12. I'm good so far. So I notice that 3/12 is equivalent to 1/4. 1/12, 1/12, and 1/12. So that it actually looks like it works out perfectly. Now again, I know that there's a little bit of spacing issues just because of how I cut the papers out, but it does look like it lines up very nicely. So let me put those back again. Sorry about that. So if I count these up, sorry, it just keeps moving. Okay, we're just going to leave it as that. Sorry about that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 twelfths. So I can say that 1/4 plus 1/3 gives me an equivalency of 7 twelfths. Okay. So let's kind of recap. So what we did was we found a common denominator of 12. And that's because they're using the fraction strips that the 1/12 was the one that could actually fit into both 1/4 and 1/3. So the mathematics behind it is this. We have 1/4 plus 1/3. Well, 1/4 is equivalent to 3/12, and 1/3 is equivalent to 4/12. So 3/12 plus 4/12 gives us 7/12. And that's the end of this video. So what you're going to do next is you're going to model a few problems that I give you using the fraction strips given in the baggies.